welcome to episode 10 of the Arya Bark Podcast. My name's Caroline.
And I'm Andrew.
And we're coming to you today from our home in Fife in Scotland. If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Great to have you here. I was about to say see you, but I can't, so we'll leave that there. We are going to jump straight into administration. You can find detailed show notes on the Arya Bark website, which is aryabark.co.uk. You can find me on Ravelry as either Arya Bark or Sultra.
Find me on Ravelry as Plumberboy21.
We have a Ravelry group, which is Arya Bark Designs. We have a private group on the website, which you can find by going to the community tab page, and then groups. We have an Instagram account, which is Arya Bark Designs. We also have a Facebook page, which is Arya Bark Designs, and we also have a Ko-fi account, which is again Arya Bark Designs. We are hosting 2 and a bit make-alongs. The first one is the New Things Make-along 2021. It starts on the 1st of January and ends on the 31st of December. You do have to be a member of either the Ravelry or the private group on the website for your entry to count. We will be drawing quarterly prizes, which will be on the 29th of March, the 28th of June, the 27th of September and the 3rd of January 2022. There will be physical quarterly prizes for the FO and charter threads. Those winners will be drawn at random, and Mr. Bark and Andrew will choose an entry each month from the charter thread, and that person will win a pattern prize of your choice up to the value of £10. Seems I forgot to mention that the last time. You can enter as many projects as you like, as long as you can show how it is new to you. Examples include, but are not limited to, new yarn brand, new yarn colourway, stitch pattern, new designer, new technique, or a new construction. Our next make along is ABD Stash Smash 2021. Like the other make along, it starts on the 1st of January, ends on the 31st of December.
Wouldn't it be it started?
Well, whatever. It starts on the 1st of January. It started on the 1st of January and ends on the 31st of December. You must be a member of either the Ravelry or the private group for your entry to count. Again, there'll be quarterly prizes drawn on the 29th of March, the 28th of June, the 27th of September and the 3rd of January 2022. Physical prizes for the FO and the charter threads. The winners will be drawn by random number generator. Mr. Bark and Andrew will choose an entry each month from the charter thread, and the winner will receive a pattern prize of your choice up to the value of £10. Whips are allowed. Multiple dipping is heartily encouraged. As long as it can be measured in metres, it can be entered. So knitting, crochet, knitting, crochet, weaving, spinning. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Cross stitch, as long as it can be counted in metres. You choose your own goal for Stash Smash. So you decide how much you would like to craft within the year. You can increase and decrease it whenever you like. And each person will have one FO thread post each, where you'll enter in all your projects for that year. That way it's easier for you to count up how much you've used. So I'm still waiting to hear from 2 prize winners for the Stash Smash pattern prizes from last month. So Jane and Laurie, if you could get in touch with me and I'll get your prizes across. Next make along, the hashtag Hashtash. The hashtag Sheepalong 2021. Now this is the and a half. Jane and I started this thinking it was going to be awesome. It's kind of hard. Now, it's only Jane and I at the moment. Jane isn't enjoying it at all. Not one little bit. I'm a firm believer, if you're not enjoying something, just stop it. There is not much point trying to keep going with something that you're starting to detest. Now, there hasn't been anyone join, so what I would say is, if you are interested in joining along, can you go into the chatter thread on the Arya Bark Ravelry group and say that you're interested in joining? Because if I don't hear anything by next week, we're just going to scrap this make along and Jane and I will come up with another plan. So I'm not going to run through all that stuff because there's not much point. This week we have coming in Stash Smash, Whips and Lined Up. We have 0 thing going out. There will be timestamps for each section and they can be found in the description box below. Coming in.
So my mum bought me this, which is a Dashwood Studio drawstring bag by Crafty Clegg Creations on Etsy.
Do you like your bag?
Yes, it's got a fox on it.
There was stitch markers. I'll stick a picture in of the stitch markers. I'm just not getting them. Well, I'll maybe let you borrow them. The next thing is the stuff that I was telling you about last week. So I may have made a teeny tiny little purchase from Attic Spin Down, and by teeny tiny I mean it came in that size of a bag. So the first thing I purchased was these. What happened?
Something's walked down my grave apparently.
These, which are the mini eggs mini set. Now look at them. Do they not just look like mini eggs? They are lovely. Now these are premium superwash socks. Wait a minute, is that superwash? No. Premium superwash merino nylon, and it's 75/25.
Yeah.
No, it's not, because it's got sparkly bits on it that I never noticed. Right, so it's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. It is 5 20-gram mini skeins, and altogether it comes to 425 metres. They are stunning. I absolutely love them.
Oh, you love them.
I do, I love them.
Love them.
I love it. I also got a free mini skein, which will go with that and be put in my blanket. What was next? The grain ball. Now, how nice is that? This is premium superwash merino nylon, 75%, 75/25. It is 425 metres and 100 grams. It is lovely. It comes with a wee turtle stitch marker. It's cute. These are going to be socks for Ryan. I'm waiting on the snide comment for last week.
Not a comment. No comment.
So I'm going to be giving them a try. The next one is this one.
Oh, it's got a wee Penny Farthing.
Penny Farthing and all that. Whenever I see one of them, I'm just thinking of that pub in Kirkcaldy. This again is Attic Spin Dye. It is the Rainbow Zebra AIDS Awareness. It is premium superwash merino and nylon 75/25, and you get 425 meters and 100 grams. So that is that one, and I think it's my box. And next is my box. I also purchased this. Now, I can't remember what you call it. I'll get the leaflet so it tells you. I am hypermobile aids, which is part of the reason why I bought this. Well, actually, I bought this set just for the pin. I'm going to be completely honest, I bought it for the pin and the band. But how gorgeous are they? These are stunning. Now this is the Rainbow Zebra micro set, and it's the premium superwash merino and nylon high twist 75/25, and it's 10 gram mini skeins, and they come to 425 meters roughly. So these are going in my blanket. You get the edge band, which you can put on now. You get the most gorgeous zebra pin. So that can go in my bag, and you also get little rainbow and is that focusing?
Kind of.
A little zebra.
Why don't you
Now there was a packet of sweets in there, but me and Ryan ate that on. Did it come? What did I get my computer?
It was supposed to be Wednesday.
We got it on Wednesday. The last thing I purchased was this merino fibre. It is lovely. It's like a cloud. Wanna go?
That is fluffy. But doesn't that spin like really small?
No, you spin it as fine as you want it to spin. So you start at this end and just, well, I've already split some of it, so I got a bit carried away.
You split most of it? Have you
No, no.
You've not split that side too?
No. So I've no come up that end yet. I did split it. Made the right picture of this. This is 100% superwash merino, and it's about approximately 100 grams. So this will be the next thing I spin once I finish with my current spin. What's next? Yes. So if that wasn't bad enough, I may have possibly bought this, which is 100% superwash merino. It's Blaze, and it's 200 grams of Blaze from World of Wool.
Oh, I like that colour.
It's bonny. And the next thing I purchased is Bumblebee. Again, 100% superwash merino, 200 grams, and again from World of Wool. Now, I then bought a book. Well, actually, I bought 2 books. I'm still waiting on one coming. And the first book that I bought was Cast On Bind Off by Leslie Ann Bester. Is it Bester? Bester. And it's just a whole load of different cast-ons and bind-offs. I do have another one coming and I cannot for the life of me mind who it is. No, it's gone. What was your next purchase? Well, it wasn't your purchase, it was mine. Being nice to you.
Got the Unikill by Kelly
McClure.
McClure.
I missed it to see.
Which is boho knits.
I'll stick a picture in. This is Andrew's very, very first knitting pattern. So we'll discuss that shortly. Now that's all that's came in. But I may possibly have more coming. I have some enamel pins coming. What else have I? I may or may not have bought some wool from the warehouse. I've been a bit spendy. But that is all at the moment. To stash mash. Obviously there's no going out because I've not finished anything. Now, I started this week with having used up 4,666 metres. I've not finished anything off, so I've not used any. And between all my attic spin dye lovelies, I've brought in 1,700 metres. So, I'm starting to go back down the way. I'm kind of hoping that when it comes to the counting sheet blanket, it'll rack up some major meterage. So I'm not going to panic just yet, but I did make quite a big purchase from the warehouse. So, and you've not finished anything either, have you?
No, but I have took 6 balls of the Gradle.
Yeah, you've removed 6. See, here's the thing. Could I technically count that twice?
No, because how would you count it twice?
Because it's came at my stash, it's just I've not used it. So I could technically count that twice.
Right, but you can't count it as used because you didn't use it though.
But it's not there.
Right, so it's just been took at your stash. It's just like if somebody was to take your cup. You can't use your cup if you didn't have your cup. That was a weird analogy
so it's just a community stash. So that is Stash Smash. Now on to whips.
I'm meant to talk your camera.
Yes, you are, Andrew. It's your turn.
This is the Unikill by
Kelly McClure.
Who's
boho knits on Ravelry and the internet. You need to put it
there.
This is Andrew's very first attempt at knitting, and apart from a couple of wee blips.
Where is it?
Where's what?
The massive hole I've put in it.
You've not put a massive hole in it because I fixed it.
No, I'm pretty sure I put it on. Aye, look there. There's a massive hole in it.
For sake.
Put a hole in it.
I don't even think I've got a spare stitch marker. You realise that?
It's too late. It's like a couple rows down.
I'll show you how to fix it. Maybe not use that one. because that's a bit DHJ.
Oh wait. Oh right, no. I think it's just up. Cause look at.
Have you actually put?
I don't think I put a hole in it. Is it, or is it
I
just?
don't think you've put a hole in it. I think you've done something.
I just maybe had it toolless or something.
Not 100% sure what you've done actually. I think you might have. Remember that thing you done the last time?
That did so many things.
Where you added a stitch. He's actually put a yarn over in. If you see there. He's put a yarn over in, because there's the 2 column of stitches. He's put a yarn over in here and just continued knitting it.
But that's the thing, I only know how to knit. I didn't ken I was yarn
Right,
over in.
so what you do is you put that round here, and when you get back round to this side I'll fix it, because you've done the same for the aye. Was it there?
Aye, it was there because there was a bump
You need
at the
to
back.
watch that your stitches are not going to fall.
I don't know.
It must have been
No, it
there.
was there.
He done the same here, where he done a increase and I had to rip it back, but he caught it before.
I've done like.
But that's actually quite good. Are you proud of yourself?
Yes.
Was that? Yes, but I'd rather you didn't make me knit.
No, I don't mind that.
That's actually really good.
Like that. I just didn't. The needles feel weird.
It takes a while to get used to it, but you've actually done really well. Now, my next whip is the Tunisia miter blanket. Obviously, I've got all those minis from Attic Spin Dye to go on, so I can't wait to get them put in. Next one's yours on. Oh, next one's mine. The other whip that I've got is, I need to stop wrapping that round, is the 100% Corriedale spin. This is 200 grams of 100% Corriedale from John Urban Textiles. I'm still working away on this, so this is the first half of the spin, so I'm just going to keep spinning that up. Your one
is Zigzag Tunisian Scarf by AK Laurie Designs.
I'll stick a picture in. Right, you need to bring it out. You didn't mention what needle sizes you used on the Unikibble or the wool you were using.
Because I didn't ken that, you did that.
Do you have one with a ball band?
Yes.
Right, Andrew's using the same yarn for both projects.
I like the colour.
It's Knitting Essentials. I'm sure this is Poundland or something like that. And you get 150. Can you see that? You get 150 metres in a 50-gram ball. The Unicow is using a 4.5mm Knit Pro Zing. Now you can start. Well, I'll fix this.
Well, it's not much to show off, because
To put it over there.
I got to the first row and then I got confused coming back because you have to count, and I'm not good with counting. I tend to get distracted and then lose count.
So I'm going to show him the easier way to do that.
Oh, I should have showed it that way. Wait, is it this way or that way?
That way.
That's the front.
So basically what Andrew done was show you his bum.
It's only got one row. Is that the first row? That would be the first row, aye.
No, that's the second row.
Is it?
Because there's your foundation row.
Right, so I'm actually on the second row.
Technically I would say you're on the first row, because your foundation row is what you work the first row into.
Oh no, in that pattern, the foundation in the first row is different, I'm sure.
Aye, Laurie's patterns, you have the foundation row, which you would then work.
Your first row off.
You've no put a stitch marker in that stitch.
I don't know.
That could be where you're coming unstuck.
No, because I took it off.
Right, and you're supposed to leave it in.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just took them off.
No, you leave it in so that you know that's the stitch that you put that stitch in. Because that'll be the T3 stitch, will it not?
It probably is.
Well, I'll help you out later on and show you how to cheat.
And for that, I'm using a 5mm Knit Pro Symphonies Tunisian hook.
Next project is Krabby Pants Milkman's hat.
One you tried to make me to make myself. Like how you did that one. Oh, you want a hat? Knit yourself.
It's the same as what I said about your socks. You want socks? Learn how to knit it yourself. Oh my god, this is better than Arya bum hair. This is the... I'll maybe need to stick a picture in because that's like quite dark. It is 208-2 Sun in the City by Drops Design. Making absolutely no modifications whatsoever. I am using, do I have a ball band? Yes I do. Jarrow Heritage DK in shade number 112, which is black. Oh, and I'm using the Jarrow Heritage is 55% wool, 25% nylon, 20%, nope, start again. It is 55% wool, 25% acrylic, 20% nylon, and you get 247 meters in 100 grams. I've marked that up. And I'm using 3mm higher sharps. It's pretty much, now this is a free pattern on Ravelry. It's pretty mindless, so the majority of this I done, what day is this? Sunday today. I done up to there on Friday night, and I done that on Saturday morning. I'm just going to keep working away on it, and pretty soon Mr. Krabby Pants will have a hat that he's planning on using at his work. So Ryan and I will take bets on how long before Andrew comes in and says, I lost my hat.
I don't lose my hat because of lockdown I can't get a haircut. Therefore I need to wear a hat because...
To control your mane.
Yes, because it gets in my eyes, and the back of it is... We don't show the back.
So I'll just keep working away on this. I'm addicted. I can't stop. See the minute I pick it up, I have to start putting rows on. So that is that. Now, on to the reason why there's very little content. And I think we'll call this episode Expanding Skills. I think we'll do that. We'll call it Expanding Skills because we have... Maybe a minute, I've got this all tangled.
That thing is massive.
I have a double knitted blanket, and I've not took it outside and set fire to it yet. That may come later. And there's the right side. Now, This is the Counting Sheet Blanket by Lisa Hannon Fox. I've made zero modifications whatsoever. I am using, this is a massive ball of Robin DK number 44, and it's black, and the white is from Pound Stretchers, and it's Yarn Fair Tootsie. It is 100% acrylic, and it's shade baby white. Now, the chart, I thought, I'd done an initial read through, obviously I never read it properly. There are no written instructions for this at all. It's all worked on a chart. However, the chart's done in black and white. When you get started, it becomes really difficult to read it. So on Friday, Mr. Bark and I had to sit with the pattern. Now I think I got it up to about 300% magnification, and Mr. Bark and I had to write out a spreadsheet to try and keep track of it. Now, I'm still enjoying working on it. It is slow going. I think I'm on, maybe is it right here, 2, 4, 6. I'm on row 7. Because that will be my cast on. 2, 4, 6, 7. I've just finished row 7 of this. Is that right? Yeah, I have. So I'm about to make a start on row 8. Things that would make this easier: having it done in grey. As I said last week, Jane bought me this pattern and I fell down a massive rabbit hole and started downloading and buying free and paid for double knitting patterns. Now, I can't remember which one that I bought, but I bought one, and just like that, obviously I understand why you can't have proper written instructions. I totally get that, but I can't remember the designer, and I doubt, if I can figure out who it is, I'll leave a note up above. But what that person's done is, rather than having like a black and white chart, they've got a black, white and grey chart. They've also marked on the chart how many, so like for talking sake, we'll do the sheep legs. They'll have, at the end of the chart, they'll put a number in how many stitches it is. I don't think, this is quite a big chunky pattern, so I don't think there's single stitches in it, but they'll mark in how many stitches it is. So like for this bit, this will be coloured, because that will be coloured in grey, and in the last stitch they'll mark in how many of them there is. Now, as I said before, Jane's not enjoying it at all. So we had a conversation last night and I just told her, if you don't like it, stop doing it. I'm not going to be offended if it's stressing you out, there's no point doing it. Now, when I cast this on, it tells you how many for this. I'm doing the throw, and obviously I can't go into too much details because it's a paid for pattern, but it tells you how many stitches to cast on. So I did, on black, which was wrong. Then so I ripped that out because clearly that was wrong. Then I cast it on again, 500 odd stitches. Actually, let's just say it's closer to 600 stitches than what it is 500. So I cast it on again, this time using the crochet cast on. Can I just say I love that edge? Casting on black and white. No, what had happened at that point? I can't even remember what I'd done is rather than having it going black, white, I had it going white, black. So I had to rip that out and start it again. This is now the third time this has been cast on. If I'm lucky enough that I'm catching mistakes, I'm not trying to whiz through it, I'm literally just taking my time and doing it. If I colossally muck this up, there's going to be a bonfire in my back garden. Now, in all honesty, had I known how complicated this was going to be, I definitely wouldn't recommend it as a first pattern. But I am now so heavily invested in this. I know it's only 8 rows. It is literally, it's not even 8 rows, it's only 7. 7 rows in a cast on. I'm not going to let this beat me. I will have this done if it kills me. So what we've said is, I'm going to leave the knit along running. What are you laughing at?
I'm just imagining like your bull coming to life and attacking you. You send that up.
Where did that come from?
Because you're like, I'll finish this if it kills me.
No, I literally will kill me because it is trying to read the pattern. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, I am visually impaired, and not just because I wear glasses. I have partial sight loss in that eye. I have a pinprick hole. Now, I said for years that it was on my optic nerve because I assumed that's what they were talking about. It wasn't until my last optician's appointment that I was told it's not on your optic nerve, it's on the back of your eyeball. So I have a hole in my actual eyeball which causes vision loss. Now I've got a pinprick hole in this eye. On this one I have a full blown massive hole. So it takes me longer to focus on stuff. The vision loss is that much in this eye that I had. When you sit your driving test, obviously you're supposed to look over your shoulder. Now I had to go for an additional test through the DVLA to have a field of vision test done, because if I do that I can't see. I've got a whole blind spot because there's literally like a polymint hole size hole out my vision. So if I do that I can't see. So when I was sitting my driving test, I literally had to physically turn and look so that this eye could actually see, because this eye is useless. I do suffer a lot from hailstones. I suffer a lot from hailstones. I suffer a lot from migraines. This eye does have a lot eye strain. No, this eye has a lot of eye strain because it's compensating for this eye. So when you're reading a chart that's quite small, and in black and white, it's no fun. So Mr. Bark and I will continue to work through the 4 charts and put them into written form, and that way I can still do it. I think, don't get me wrong, this isn't, I know it sounds like I'm bashing the pattern. I know why she done it that way. It would never have been practical for her to write the instructions out. But I think the colour could have been changed to grey to make it easier to count how many stitches, rather than having to blow it right up and then me have to sit and actually count. So, I'm getting bitchy. That was a bit mean.
Yeah. Major vision.
I still love the pattern. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that pattern. I cannot wait to get this finished. Will it be this year? Probably not. But I'm going to keep working on it.
Look at Ryan's blanket.
See, Ryan, you can't even compare the 2 blankets, because Ryan's blanket's been started 4 times.
Exactly. I'm pretty so it could just be another Ryan's blanket.
I think he'd prefer a sheep blanket or a Scotch grass.
Yeah, but you're not going to give him that, you're going to keep that to yourself.
Yes, I am. That's mine. So that is everything that is in whips. I have worked on absolutely nothing else. So on to lined up.
What's lined up? So I'm going to steal that sushi pin.
What?
I'm going to steal that sushi pin. Stitch marker. I've really got a sushi stitch marker.
What's sushi stitch marker?
Oh, it's no sushi, it's...
That one?
No, the one that's on your... It's a pin. The one that's on your knitting. I can't remember what it's called. I don't think it's properly sushi.
That? Oh, you're not knitting that. That's... Only special people have this. Only special people have that. Only people who subscribe to the very first, and I mean very first, like the first ever Rusty Ferret subscription box. I've got this.
Yeah, well, I'm stealing it.
You got my Rusty Ferret badge?
No, you bought me a Rusty Ferret badge.
No, I bought you a Rusty Ferret patch.
Badge?
No.
No,
I never bought you the badge because the badge wasn't for sale. The badge only came in the subscription box.
No, because we both had a badge. Oh, I can attach the patch to one of the bags.
You could, because you just iron it on.
No, we got a leathery one. You need to...
Oh, see, there's... Oh, who was it? Was it Knitting Goddess?
Don't know.
It might have been Knitting Goddess. They done a pop-up shop, and you got the leather badges, the leather patches, but our brother designed her a patch that she got embroidered, and it's an iron-on patch.
I didn't get that one. I got the...
No, you have got that one. It's in one of my project bags. It's just not been given out.
I want the patch then. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that is. I'd have to find the...
And I know what it's called, because it's not... I don't think it's actually sushi. It's a rice thing. But what's coming to mind is donut, but I don't think that's right.
I'm surprised you've not liked that one.
I've got my own sheep clan.
Malamaflage. That's me.
To be fair, it has the same face as I make.
What?
It's got the same face as I make.
Oh, your side eye. He does make that face quite a lot, actually. And I can mind when you were at cadets, you did come in looking like that one day, with the bits over your face. That happened on the regular. Lined up. Now stick a picture in. I've had this pattern in my queue for a while, and it's the Pure Comfort cardigan by Arya Bark. Now, I love that. I like a big, long cardigan that covers my bum. Because of that, I had to buy yarn. Actually, no, I didn't. I've got a whole load of robin in the cupboard. So I was going to use that, and then I was watching Eleanor at Knit Nottingham yesterday? No, Friday. I was watching on Friday, and she mentioned that King Cole have a nice new recycled acrylic. I'll stick a picture into that. It's called King Cole Limited Edition, and it's 100% recycled acrylic. So, I may or may not have bought 2 loads of wool to make that cardigan in 2 different colours.
Is that the stuff we'll wear is?
Mm-hmm. You're lined up?
As picture up here, I think. I don't know what does that.
Aye.
Is an Among Us crewmate by Spiky Mermaid Crafts, done in Bernat blanket wool. Not figured out the colour yet.
Yes, that's not been decided yet.
And it will be on a 6.5mm hook.
And
is it crochet?
It'll be crochet, so Andrew doesn't choose something simple to crochet, he goes for amigurumi. It's making toys. My other lined up is Krabby Pants cardigan, using Red Heart Detroit in shade number 05668, which is mid grey. If I ever find those notes, I can get it started. I've got the wool, I've got the needles, it's all in a bag sitting ready to go, but I cannot find the pattern. Now, I'd done a class on Craftsy that showed you that he'd seen a cardigan, he couldn't figure out where it was bought for, so he asked me to make him one. So done all his measurements, done this class, figured out how many stitches and stuff that I would need for his size. I saved it and I can't find it, and it's annoying. It's past annoying.
You tried some words that you can't really say on the podcast to find that?
No, I wouldn't have called it that. Oh, did I? I might have. I don't know what I've done with it. So should I ever find that pattern?
I'm never getting that cardigan.
See, it's not like I could reproduce it either, because all your measurements are wet, and I'm not measuring you again, because that was horrendous.
Wasn't that bad?
It was that bad. My other plan is just saying stuff it and just doing a standard, rather than having it fit to you, just doing a standard size, because I've got that.
I don't mind if it's baggy, it's just I didn't want it to be like too tight. I didn't mind it being baggy.
I've got that sweater book by Elizabeth Zimmerman. I'll stick a picture into that, because I actually don't even think it's her. I've got somebody's book that tells you how to knit a sweater, so I'm going to do that and just change the pattern, but it'll not be until I get a bit further with that blanket.
So basically when you're done it?
No, not when I'm done it, but once I get a bit further on, when it starts doing my head in and I fling it, then I'll start on your cardigan.
Then you chuck it in a cupboard for about 1 to 2 years.
Can I just point out I'm actually getting really good at finishing stuff off? Look at that lovely pile sitting on my desk.
Right.
It's stuff that hasn't been put away.
And you've yet to wear.
Gracie's shawl needs to go through here. Jim's shawl needs to go through to him. That's your shawl.
Yeah.
So, aye.
Just saying, Ryan's blanket sat in a cupboard and you brought it out and didn't even know what it was.
I make changes to stuff. And then I forget what changes I've made. I genuinely had absolutely no clue what it is, because he pulled out this thing, he's like, what's this? And I was like, and it's got a Tunisian hook attached to it, which is the Tunisian hook that I went looking for. So he pulled it out and he was like, what's that? And I was like, I don't know. And it wasn't until I looked at the wool and I was like, oh, that's for Ryan's blanket. I think that might actually be. Ooh. No, that wouldn't work.
What?
I was thinking I could double knit it, but that wouldn't work because it would be mirrored on the back and it would be written backwards. And that just
Not really, because either way it would. No, because even when you were going to crochet it'd be mirrored backwards. It'd read the wrong way, because you'd have one side that when it lays down to Scottish gas one way, and if you were to flip it, it'd say it the completely opposite way.
it would. That's what I mean. It wouldn't be right.
It's a blanket. A lot of blankets do that. Yep. It's just a
No, because I was thinking I could do like double knit on the front and just plain on the back, but it wouldn't work.
So what you're wanting is like probably triple knitting, where like you knit one side and then go at the back and knit the other one to blank half. So you're creating your own type of knitting.
I'm just creating mine then. So that is everything. We're about an hour in. So it's a reasonably short one. So you're just going to continue on with your projects.
Project, yes.
You need to stop kicking the table. I'm going to continue on with mine. So hopefully this will go up either later tonight or tomorrow. And if you let me know if you are interested in keeping the sheep along, make along going, or if you do have any ideas of a make along that you would like to be part of that Jane and I can co-host together, again, either leave details down below or leave them on the Ravelry page. I think that's it. Is that it? Aye, because you're spaced. You're away, yeah.
I'm not spaced. I was just typing that there's still. I don't know.
There's still.
I don't know. That was just spaced.
So spaced. So that's everything. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a very crafty week, and we'll see you again next week.